nerderotic.com.
So we're going to talk a little bit of box office, then Chris is going to give his spoiler-free review. He will not be spoiling anything, and I won't even spoil who Sadie Sink is playing. It's out there. If you want to go look.
And it'll be like an extended cut of my Out of the Theater and with more details.
All right, so let's take a look at the box office first, which is set to be big. Now, the fucking Cosmic Marvel put out like $800 million opening weekend.
That's ridiculous.
That was ridiculous. I think it could go higher than this, but Odin was on this morning kind of bringing it back down to earth as far as its opening. It's still going to be huge, and it's still going to be, the biggest opening of the year, I believe. And this is like an opening like for Doctor Strange Mom. This is in that territory. But $465 million worldwide. I think it's a little more. I don't know if it hits 5, but let's just say 475, maybe 480. They're making a big deal about the comic book covers. Did that make it in the movie?
Yes, there's, oh my God, there is, on the positive, the best action we've ever seen in a Spider-Man movie. I mean, Sam Raimi did what he could with the tech he had, the tools he had, but my God, between game inspired, comic book inspired, like first person, you are if you've got, vertigo, afraid of heights, I mean, like there's so many great shots in it. And the action, there's this, obviously you see in the trailer, he fights the hand. That scene, there's new uses of the Spidey web in different ways, both organic and the tech inspired web shooters. It's great. That to me, 100% A+.
Okay.
All of that. The comment, you're gonna like, I mean, I want to go see it again, even though I feel mixed about it. And I've already seen it. I can't wait to see it again with a paying audience. So,
yeah, with the real audience. So this is Spectacular Spider-Man #1 cover. That's supposed to be Tarantula. And it's like it's a tactical suit, which we get a lot. Okay. But yeah, that's the Spectacular Spider-Man #1 cover.
Amazing Fantasy 15 is in there.
That's in there. Yeah.
I mean, just like, I was like, I was going nuts, it's like, it was that good on the action side. Everything about it, like, can't believe it.
So they've put Spider-Man covers in other movies, though.
Yeah.
This isn't the first movie to do that. So 465 million worldwide. We'll see. The theaters are pretty sold out. Like even the random theaters are pretty sold out. But like, I guess we can get into the spoiler-free review, Chris.
Okay.
You saw it on Monday.
Yeah.
And you saw it Monday night with the critics.
Yes.
And is the embargo like lifted for reaction?
It's lifted, okay. But they strongly were asking, I get these little things, they tell you what the embargo is, and they say, please do not spoil it. Well, someone already spoiled it on the red carpet that Jean is in the movie, Jean Grey, which was the color of Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool outfit. She is in the film, but let's get into non-spoiler and I'll talk about things that have already leaked. The Spidey action, as you're well aware, amazing. All that's on all that level, every single scene, he fights Scorpion in a scene, so good. The thriller part, the mystery part is who is mind controlling people and sort of, skipping to certain people. And of course that's been revealed. The movie suffers, so people are going to love it. That aspect, the relationship between Ned, MJ, and Peter, that's actually really sweet. It's handled in kind of an indie film way. And the movie is very Gen Z. It's awkward friendships, awkward social situations that Peter finds himself in. MJ's awkward because she's so smart, along with Ned. It's all those things are like, that is going to appeal. I don't think you've ever seen in at least a Tom Holland Spider-Man movie, the characters become so real. This may as well have been like some teen drama like an elevated John Hughes movie, right? Like it's that aspect is very good. It feels like an independent film. All that stuff is great. And Alan loved it. I have major problems.
Yeah, I'm hearing a but.
But yes, this is like my Odyssey review, things I loved, but Peter is not his own man. I want to see a Peter Parker he's kind of a detective in a way. He has to, he knows science. I mean, he's no Batman, but it's part of Spider-Man's character, and he's taken down villains, but he's beholden to a police officer who has a major presence in the very beginning of the movie, a New York detective cop. And she's so forgettable to me. I don't even remember the name of the character. I'm like, she's the annoying cop character. And there are other characters that fulfill this role. There's the head of damage control. Oddly, all these characters, the character is played by Liza Colon Zayas, who has 2 kids, by the way. 2 kids. And they're in every scene. Apparently, New York cops walk around with their kids.
On the beat? Like while they're working?
And the way her character is, she's always on the phone with Peter Parker. Like, hey, I'm going to go after those guys. Don't go after those guys. Do this. Let the cops do the work. So she has this. I miss J. Jonah Jameson is not in the movie at all. So she's beholden to this cop detective character. In addition, Florence Pugh is here as the head of the new Avengers. And in a scene that will be, let me just describe it. She's brought into a sauna where, what does she call herself? Florence Pugh. She's Black Widow.
Yelena.
She calls her superhero name is Yelena. She's in the sauna naked, insists that Spider-Man take off all of his clothes and get in the sauna so she's protected. It's a humiliation ritual for Peter. He gets in there, not quite naked. They imply he is. He's got black shorts on and the mask only. Have that for a cosplay at Comic-Cons. So it's Peter Parker bowing to all these people. He's not his own man. It's Cuckold Parker.
So
it's Cuck Parker.
Get started.
It's on and on. And I'm like, why? And here's the problem with the movie too, on my mixed review. It's 2 hours and 25 minutes. And there is a really good 2-hour movie in here. If you cut out all that shit, you don't need the Yelena. You don't need the New York cop. You need MJ, Ned, and Peter. You need your nemesis, multiple nemesis. We get to, you can already guess, and the question that Jean Grey may be sympathetic.
The sympathetic female, the misunderstood female antagonist.
Why is she doing all these evil, horrible things? We learn.
Okay,
her trauma over. I'm not going to get into it. So I'm giving you light stuff here. So it's a mixed bag.
Real quick,
please.
Female cop, Jean DeWolf.
Let me see her character. I don't know. It doesn't say.
Okay, if you don't remember, it's fine.
Yeah, I don't remember. She's Blatino. Am I right? I don't know.
And they'll still call her Jean DeWolf. That's my favorite part is when they and they erase off characters and they just keep them with their John Smith name.
I don't know.
Well, Ned Leeds.
Not aware.
He's obviously adopted. So
whatever it is, she is the most annoying character. Here's the problem with every movie today. There's a good movie there if you cut out all this nonsense. It's like the HR department says, please put this in. And in the theme of the show, you need an asshole to say, no, No, we
No.
don't need these side characters. They don't need to be filled out. We don't need to see the New York cop's kids every time she's on the phone with Spider-Man talking to him. She's a dominant, like, and I'll bet there were scenes of her, they cut her out. I'll bet they cut her down. And it's distracting. It would have been a tight, like much better 2-hour movie without all this nonsense. So there's all this great stuff you love, and there's this, and we've come to just deal with it. We've come to just like, well, it's part of modern filmmaking, and they haven't like made the movies better by making them. That was great about the Spielberg, Lucas rise, their era. Their movies were 2 hours. They worked hard to get them down to like, that's what these movies are. They're 2 hours. 2:25 is an awkward length because it's too long. If you want to make an epic, that's Lord of the Rings. Those movies are 3 hours, if not longer. But a movie like this should be 2 hours, 2.5 doesn't work. It drags. It's like, it feels like a second, very draggy third act because there's a place in the movie where everything wraps up. But the movie keeps going because this mystery is not tied up. And that's the flaw. And all the side quests, it's Spider-Man and the unnecessary DLC. The brand new unnecessary DLC. You don't need this. The DLC is not as good as the main quest, and it's bogged down in that. So, props for all the great character play, which is always Marvel's strength. Props for the best action ever. The side quests suck and drag the movie. And if I know you well, you're going to have all the same problems I do. One last thing to add that was distracting and annoying. All the tech. He might as well be Peter Stark because he's got a 3D printer. He's got an AI that solves every problem for him like that. He doesn't solve it. He talks to his AI. There is so much annoying tech in this. Annoying use of tech. It's too dependent on it. I was like, can we just go old school? Can we just go old school? All this, there's too much. I mean, this is Spider-Man by way of TikTok. So much of it. There's social media is a part of it. Ned develops an app. This is in the trailer. The Spidey tracker, which I don't know how that works. That's stupid. But there's way too much of a leaning on tech in Spider-Man's character that I found as annoying as the side quest, New York cop, and all these other people that Peter bows down to. I'm too, like that term cuck is like thrown out a lot. I really never use that, but it applies here and it's freaking annoying.
So it's similar to Black Panther and Shang-Chi.
Yes.
So Black Panther and Shang-Chi, you have your male titular character, but they are surrounded by women who are guiding their path.
Helpers.
Mentors, practically.
Yeah, and this was never, I had to, when I got back from home from the screening, I put on Sam Raimi's Spider-Man as a palate cleanser. I'm like, wow, it's so focused. Every element, every line in Raimi's Spider-Man, at least the first two, because then the studio got into it. It was lame. It means something. It pays off. It matters. There's no fat. This film is fat Spider-Man. There's too much fat story. You don't need it. You don't need it. You don't need it. You don't need it.
How many side characters are there? Off top.
Oh God, there's got to be like 7, 8. Depends on how big they are.
Okay.
There's like a nice girl in his apartment complex who kind of has an interest in him. He runs into her every once in a while. He should just go for her. I mean,
is her name Gwen?
No, I don't know. I didn't remember a name, but I see the actress's name. What's her?
Oh, name? All the questions I'm thinking of now are spoilers, so I'll have to ask you later.
Kiernan Shipka, very attractive young blonde woman who lives in the apartment building with Peter.
So, how would you measure this up against the other Spider-Man movies?
Of the Tom Holland,
Tom Holland Spider-Man movies.
Of the Tom Holland, probably the second best next to No Way Home, because Toby's in No Way Home. That's why. It's the second, and I did not like the first two. I thought they were kind of just, I did not like them. I like Spider-Man in other Marvel movies, not in his own movie. But this is second best to No Way Home.
Okay. How was the directing different from Watts?
More focused on character.
Okay.
The movie slows down to have moments with Ned and MJ and Peter. Like, it slows down. Like, it's like a different movie. And Sadie Sink, it's gonna bring up questions like, okay, I kind of know who Jean Grey was. Didn't Sophie Turner play Jean Grey? Didn't Famke Janssen play Jean Grey? What is she doing there? Are those separate universes? What?
Yeah, so that's going to be probably confusing, and you'll have to find out, I guess, when you watch the movie, as far as like how are they setting up the X-Men?
They didn't. She's a MacGuffin. Well, she's a. It's an. I don't know why they did this. Are they setting up? There's no. I mean,
the only thing I could work out in my head is this going to be a Quicksilver thing from WandaVision?
Oh,
right.
Comparison. Yes.
Yeah. Like, is it just going to be a kind of a fake out?
It feels like that.
Because one of the very legitimate questions people had about Jean Grey being in a Sony Spider-Man movie is there is only so much this is a Sony movie which hires Marvel to help produce it. They get to keep the bulk of the box office. Marvel gets to keep merchandising rights and stuff. But as far as rights in the movie, there's a lot of trading back and forth. So that's why you're not seeing certain things in this Spider-Man movie. That's probably why, and this is just a guess, why they, really just removed Uncle Ben and reversed it with Aunt May. And there's other characters who don't show up. And what they do is they trade. They're like, oh, well, you can have this character in. What I was told was Sony had the desire to make this a multiverse film, and Feige said no, but you can have a couple of characters, right? And they went with Hulk and Punisher. And I didn't know about Jean Grey at the time. So I don't know I don't know if they could say the word mutant in a Sony movie.
Special. Yeah.
They went special.
Special. So I'm mixed. Like, I want, it's a really good 2-hour movie. That's 2:25. Hulk is fine, but Mark Ruffalo is really distracting. They should have recast.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping he would just be Savage Hulk the whole time, and we didn't need to see Mark Ruffalo at all.
It's funny, him not being part at all of the PR for this. I didn't even see him on the red carpet. I don't know, was he there?
Yeah, I saw that report, and I haven't seen anything. Good. And we are like, the release of the movie is tomorrow, and I haven't seen anything. So I don't think that's an accident.
I'll bet he had a talking to, and we don't need you. Please do not be a part of it.
That's smart. Yeah. I would call that a smart move.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Oh, Bernthal's been out there talking about it.
Bernthal's been everywhere, and he is class act.
Yeah.
I think he's a class act. I went down a rabbit hole also of watching tons of videos of the press, and it's charming because the lead actors get along, Zendaya, obviously Tom and Zendaya, because they're married.
Yep.
And then the actor who plays Ned and John Bernthal, and they play games. And you see they genuinely in real life really like each other a lot. It's fun to see. I probably watched 2 hours of them playing stupid games, hot wings, eating spicy, all those dumb YouTube shows they do now to promote. And not once did anything like come up political. Zero. So they're on point and focused. See, Hollywood, it can be done. And then what happens when that happens? Highest grossing movie of probably the year.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it depends on the legs, We'll see. It's going to have a banger of an opening weekend. So I looked to see why John Watts left, because he left this project. John Watts left the Spider-Man franchise primarily due to a desire for greater creative control and a specific goal to direct his own projects, similar to Christopher Nolan. He felt that Marvel's collaborative multi-director workflow prevented him from shooting every shot himself. This is interesting. Whereas he wanted to return to his independent filmmaking roots with projects like Wolves and Skeleton Crew. That's not super independent. That's a Star Wars thing. Additionally, Watts cited burnout from the grueling production of Spider-Man No Way Home. He described being out of gas due to the intense COVID-19 protocols, the emotional strain of keeping cast and crew safe, and the difficult post-production challenges. He stated that he could not commit to another film such as Spider-Man 4 or Fantastic Four First Steps, which he was originally supposed to direct.
He would have been better
at the level required, to make it great without recovering first.
Right.
And that's probably why it took 4 years. So they went with the Shang-Chi director.
Yeah.
And we will see about that. But I mean, I haven't seen it. You have?
Will you text me, Gary?
I'll text you.
I don't remember. You're out of the theater. I remember to text you. I'm in the theater. The credits are rolling. It's very, very end of the movie. Like no mid credit, no, like very end, like the little, where you're like, oh, the logo, and then so you think, and the lights even came on, and there's a post credit.
Is it
a post credit?
Is it worth it? What without telling me what the post credit scene is?
You just see it. It's worth it. You paid for it.
Okay. Does it set up Doomsday?
Potentially an aspect, a multiversal aspect,
or something else. You said, I don't know if you said something else. You said that somebody in the theater screamed something else.
Yes, but they may or may not be right.
Yeah. Well, they want to.
They want to be right. Something that does it set up Miles Morales or other characters? Does it just acknowledge there are other Spider-Man?
Spider-Man.
So just stay to the end.
Stay to the end. Why not?
Nerdrotic.com. Please subscribe.